It's raining in California. That means that I can make a video about batteries. Let's do it. Today, I'm gonna make a video about these batteries. Ultrafire, Trustfire, ASMALL.com. Alright guys, it's been a while since I made a video. It's because I've been being super busy. I just made the last package from one of the orders that B&H has made. And so now with that out of the way, now I can sit here and talk about batteries. There's a lot of comments that basically said, why are you guys messing around reclaiming, recycling old dead laptop batteries when you can just go to eBay and buy batteries cheap, you know, 18650 really cheap. Not only are they like cheap, you can get them for a couple of bucks each, but their capacities are like great. They're like 5,000 milliamps. There's like 9,800 milliamps. So you can use like half or a quarter of the amount of cells, and then you can make your power wall that way. Why are you guys messing around doing it the hard way? And so there's a bunch of those comments down in the comment sections of all my videos. And so today I'm going to tackle why is the reason that we don't do that. All right, so first of all, yes, there are tons of batteries on eBay that sell for a lot less money, and they show their specs a whole lot better than with the batteries that we're dealing with, right? Here, for example, I have a AccuCell or ASMALL.com cell. This one is labeled as an 8 good. It says the word good. Good 18650, 5,000 milliamp hours, 3.7 volts. All right. Yeah, I bought this on eBay just to test it out. I think I paid I bought a bunch of these. I think I paid like 50 cents. They came out to be like 50 cents or something like that. Then we have an Ultrafire. This one, BRC 18650. This one, 3,000 milliamps. Okay, so they're not claiming some crazy amount like this one. This is 5,000. This one's only 3,000. And then, of course, there are the Trustfire, which I put in the thumbnail of this video. And there are a bunch of other ones. There's a bunch of like other no names, just like reds or greens or yellows, or there's some just other brands that are kind of unknown, and they're out there and they're really affordable, and their specs they look great. So first of all, let's look at this. As far as 18650 go, in my opinion, you should only trust the big manufacturers. You should only trust companies like LG, right? Samsung, Sanyo, Panasonic, Sony. I think that's it. I mean, maybe there's one or two other manufacturers, but those are the big manufacturers. They're big corporations that make a bunch of products, and they're also into making batteries. And so those are the only manufacturers that make and create spec sheets for their cells, and then they can be trusted, you know, that they're gonna meet somewhat their specs. Everything else that comes out of China is either like recycled, or they're like rejected cells, you know, like if a whole batch goes bad and they came out half their capacity from Panasonic or some other manufacturer, then maybe they'll sell them, you know, maybe they won't just trash them, they'll sell them somewhere else as not as Panasonic cells, and they end up their way into Chinese manufacturers that wrap them as, you know, Ultrafire or Trustfire or some other off-brand. This is all theorizing, of course. I don't know for sure that's what happens. There's also, look, making a battery is not that big of a deal. You just get a machine and there's a process. Any little shop could, you know, save up some money and get a machine and start producing their own cells in a warehouse somewhere in China. But the thing is, we don't know how to trust it. You know, are they really going to be able to make a better battery than the companies that are leading the industry in making batteries? Probably not. Can one person compete up against Panasonic, you know, making? And so that's the reason why these cells are just mystery cells. We don't know who made them. We don't know where they made them. We don't know how trustworthy their specs are. And so to prove that, I'm gonna test these batteries. So I did this earlier. This one that claims to be 5,000 milliamps, I tested it using my charger over there. I discharged it at 1 amp, at a rate of 1 amp, and I got a whopping 352 milliamp hours. So from 5,000 to 300, that is kind of a big difference, right? Now let's, I also tested these 3,000 milliamp, and this battery is actually worse than that one. Not only did I charge this a couple days ago and I left it there, and today it was completely discharged, so I had to charge it again today so I could test it. And once I charged all the way up to 4.2 volts and I discharged it, it actually only gave me about 100 milliamps before the voltage was low enough to trigger the charger to stop. And so this battery, there's something wrong with it. I mean, there's hardly anything in there. And of course, not all of these batteries are going to be the same. If you buy some on eBay and you test them, they might give you more, they might give you less, and that's the whole point, is that you cannot trust them. Mystery cells, you don't know where they're coming from. Who knows what you're getting? And definitely, I wouldn't recommend using those for that reason, because you don't know where they're coming from and you don't know what to expect from them. These, on the other hand, you know, there were quality cells at one point when they started. You know, how far gone are you? Well, that's the thing that you can find out by testing them. But at the very least, you know that these were quality cells at one point. They might be completely dead now. But these, who knows? Maybe these were never, you know, and it's like they feel different. This one's always seems to like feel a little bit heavier. This one's, you know, they kind of feel kind of light. So, you know, there's a bunch of videos on YouTube that showed some of these guys in China that actually, they put a tiny little cell in there that gives a voltage. And of course, that's the reason why there's not enough capacity in there. And they fill the rest of it with like sand or powder or some kind. It's just, you know, filler or whatever. So Chinese are notorious for being shady, for trying to pass, you know, stuff that is not what it actually is. And so that I wouldn't recommend buying anything from China. Anything in eBay that comes from China, when it comes to batteries, I wouldn't recommend it. That's the reason why I wouldn't recommend buying the replacement laptop batteries, because they usually have low quality Chinese cells. And so even though they give maybe the capacity at first, the stated capacity, you know, maybe within a few cycles of maybe within 50 or 60 cycles, the batteries could go dead. And, you know, that's what you get when you buy, you know, cheap knockoff replacement batteries, right? So that's why you should stick with these. That's the reason why you shouldn't trust Ultrafire, Trustfire. Any of the cells that have fire in them, don't trust them, okay? And any of these that claim some outrageous capacity, don't trust them. As far as we know, I think the largest capacity an 18650 has is 35 milliamp hours. At least the commercial ones, 3,500 milliamp hours. There might be some cell with experimental, like, you know, chemistry or technology in it that might go higher, maybe up to 5,000 milliamps. But it's definitely not going to be the $2 cell on eBay. You can trust me on that. You can take that to the bank. And so, don't do this. I wouldn't recommend it. Don't waste your time. Those are, you know, fake Chinese cells. Buy old. Well, first, I mean, the best thing would be to buy brand new quality cells, right? But you don't got the money to do that because that costs a lot of money. Then your best bet is to just do a bunch of work and recycle a bunch of dead laptop batteries. So, what else is going on? All right, we got a package. Vegemite. And then there is actually Marmite. I'm gonna have to try this out. Ooh, there's Promite. Vegetable extract. Look at that. There's different kinds of them for vitality. Cheesy bites. And this, of course, all comes from Peter Matthews. Peter, thank you. Thank you for sending this. Peter, if you don't know, if you haven't been following, he's doing his own power wall. And as is happening lately, if you go and search on YouTube for DIY power wall, there are people that have now started building their power walls, and now they have completely left me in the dust, and now they're like further along in their projects. There are some people that actually have finished their power walls, and now they're using them, they're testing them, while I'm still talking about building my power wall, right? And so Peter Matthews is one of these guys. He's putting up tons of videos every few days. I'm gonna link HB Power Wall. I think that's his channel. Anyways, I'm gonna put a link to his channel right here. Just click on this card here and you can go and check out all his videos. He's doing a good job, you know, going through the process and then showing it to you guys. Thank you, Peter, for all the treats. We'll have to test these out and see if we like. Peter is from Australia, so this is Vegemite. I think it's an Australian product. Here in America, we know nothing about, so I'm gonna get to try it out for the first time. All right, guys, see you next time. We'll talk more about batteries, and don't forget to watch my vlogs too. Hopefully, there's gonna be more videos coming up this week now that I'm done with all my orders. Thank you to all my sponsors. Thank you to all my patrons at patreon.com. You guys make it possible for me to make these kinds of videos, and I want to thank you guys for that. All right, see you guys later.